Hello, welcome to today's live broadcast. Today we are going to be talking about intermittent fasting and our metabolism. Recently, there has been a lot of discussion going around the internet about the fact that fasting will slow down your metabolism. And so, what I want to do today is debunk that myth and really give you the tools that you need to make sure that when you leave today's discussion, you will have everything that you need to make sure that you do not slow down your metabolism, but you, in fact, speed it up. So, welcome if you're jumping on live or you're catching this as a rebroadcast either on YouTube or Facebook. Welcome. My name is Diane. I am a fasting mindset coach. I really do help women understand how a lifestyle of intermittent fasting can really help us look and feel our best and live our most authentic life. So, welcome. Make sure that you have introduced yourself in the comment section. I always like having a two-way conversation with you. This is a great time to get some questions and concerns answered. So hit up the comments. After I get done with today's lesson, I will make sure that I address all of the comments. And then on my rebroadcast members, please make sure that you also leave me a comment. I will make sure that I get back to you as well. Really quickly, a little admin note as well. A lot of you have been saying that you haven't been notified about our broadcast going either up as rebroadcast or live. So please make sure if you're on YouTube that you've hit that subscribe button and you take that little extra step and hit that bell notification. That is the notification center and lets you know when we go live or upload some content. The same thing with Facebook. You have to make sure that you're actually following that page and that you're set up for all the default notifications as well. That'll help us all get together as a community, hopefully a little bit more efficiently. Okay, so today's topic, will fasting slow down your metabolism? What we need to first understand is what really does, in fact, slow down our metabolism. And there's just not one thing that's going to do that to us, right? Fasting is not the only thing that is going to either help or hinder our metabolism. There are several factors involved. So let's look at really quickly what those things are that could, in fact, be slowing down your metabolism that really don't have to do with anything to do with fasting per se. So, too few calories. So, the diet mindset can be something that will put you in a slowed down metabolic rate. I'm going to explain how we can figure that out in just a second and how we can avoid that. But being on a diet, which a lot of us women have been on diets throughout the past, are really the thing that are in fact slowing down our metabolism. I will explain that in just a second. Nutrient deficiency. So when our body doesn't have the nutrients that it needs to run efficiently, our metabolism slows down to conserve what we have. So making sure that we're eating nutrient dense foods will be something that will help us. But nutrient deficiencies can, in fact, slow down your metabolism. Poor sleep patterns will, in fact, slow down your metabolism. Dehydration will slow down your metabolism. Too much sugar in your body, which comes in the form of your dietary choices, and then you storing that sugar will slow down your metabolism. And then a sedentary lifestyle will also slow down your metabolism. So these are the things that we should be focusing on and more concerned about than fasting if you feel like your metabolism is slowing down. And let me explain why that is. So, your metabolism is basically your metabolic burn rate. And your metabolic burn rate is the amount of energy your body uses in a day all on its own. So, we don't really decide what our metabolism is doing. That's a function of our body's intelligent system to keep us alive and moving throughout our day. So, that is called your metabolic burn rate. So, your body determines how much energy is required for you to have your brain work and your organs work and get you out of bed in the morning and get through your day and keep your body breathing. All of that stuff is involuntary. Your body just does it. And the rate that it does it at is determined by the need or the demand to keep your body alive. So the energy needed to keep your body functioning involuntarily, meaning we don't do anything, it's just your body just functions on its own. So it's not something that we have to force to happen. Fasting does not restrict calories. So calories are an energy. So that is what really does determine our metabolic burn rate. But we think of calories as an item of food and a nutrition label. But calories are just what our body needs as an energy source to keep our metabolic burn rate functioning. And it really doesn't have to necessarily have anything to do with whether you're fasting or you're not fasting or your caloric intake when you understand how this system works. So we're going to talk about that right now. Okay, so let's focus on what actually speeds up our metabolism and what we can do in our mind in a decision-making process to make sure that we are working with our body's ability to have a metabolic burn rate and what we can do to trick our body into kind of creating a bigger need or demand to keep us functioning, right? So we're going to speed up our metabolic burn rate. So, calories consumed in a fasted state. So, remember, the number one thing that slows down your metabolism is a calorie deficit, right? So, when you don't have enough calories, your body thinks that it's going to go into starvation mode, and so it stores calories. So, if you can consume calories in a fasted state, you will have an opportunity to amp up your metabolism. So, it's just the opposite of all the, dialogue and information that's going around on the internet lately about fasting. So we have an opportunity in a fasted state to pull calories from storage. Here's where fasting is the most beneficial to us. When we understand that when we're fasted in a state of fasting, that we are not creating a response for our body to stop pulling calories from storage, we can light our metabolism on fire. So you have to understand that when you are fasting, you have to, in fact, put your body in a chemical and hormonal fasted state. Fasting is so much more than just not eating food. Fasting is an opportunity for you to force your body to find stored calories from within. If you're fasting correctly, you will never be calorie deficient because your body's intelligent enough to find the calories it needs and it will pull it from storage. So fasting can actually speed up your metabolism if you're doing it correctly. Feasting well. So your nutrition matters. There are so many women that I coach in my coaching side of what I do that believe, because they have been told, that if you fast, you can in fact eat whatever you want. That is just not true. And eating food that is not nutrient dense will slow down your metabolism because your body doesn't look for calories. Your body is going to look for nutrients when it's consuming new calories coming in. So the better you make your nutritional choices, the better opportunity you have to keep that metabolism boosted. So feasting well on nutrient dense foods. I always recommend higher naturally occurring fats, so fats that come from whole food sources, moderate protein, so you don't have to over consume protein. Remember, when you're in a fasted state, your human growth hormone, which is the thing that helps you produce and promote muscle growth in your body, is 600 times what it is when you're not in a fasted state. So there's no need to hyper focus on how many calories or grams of protein you're consuming. Just let it naturally fall within your day. And then conscious carbohydrates. So where are your carbohydrates coming from? You do not have to count macros to feast well or stay nutrient dense in nutrition. You have to just think: is what I'm about to consume calorie heavy or a gram heavy in carbohydrates, and is that going to suit what it is that I want to get for myself moving forward? So if you feast to support what you want from your fasting, you will have an opportunity to boost your metabolism. If you feast because you just fasted, I promise you, you will not be happy with the results that you're getting, because that's not the mindset that we need to have about taking care of our future self. So you feast to support your next fast. That is called feasting well. Quality sleep. You need to make sure that you're getting deep sleep. So how do you do that? Well, there's ways that you can monitor your sleep. I use an app called Auto Sleep, and it shows me how much deep sleep I get every night. When you're fasting long and you're feasting well, your body will sleep deeper because you're not running on just a bunch of digestive activity that has to go on that doesn't let your body sleep well. Once you get your hormones balanced out and you're no longer running off sugar, your body will be able to rest when you actually lay down to go to sleep. So I highly recommend tracking your sleep quality. The better sleep you get, the more consistent sleep you get, I promise you, will help you boost your own metabolism. You need to be properly hydrated. I always recommend here in this community 100 to 150 ounces of water. I know that freaks people out, but we are walking around dehydrated. And when you're dehydrated, your body just doesn't function at its best. When your body's not functioning at its best, it can't do its job. And its job is your metabolism, right? You want to keep your body upright and moving throughout your day. So you have to get the right amount of water in, especially when you are fasting, because you are taking a big portion of your day where you're not putting anything in your body, and your body needs minerals before it needs new food experiences, right? It needs the minerals to keep your body running. So I always recommend mineralized water with calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium, or at least supplementing with those four things throughout your day. I always recommend, like I said, a keto-like approach to your nutrition, because we just know that we need more fat in our diet. It is the thing that's going to help us balance out our hormones. It is going to be the thing that creates a fat burning environment in our system. And a fat burning environment is an environment where there's a metabolism that is just off the charts, working at its best. So you want to make sure that you're looking at where your food is coming from, and is that going to best serve what it is you're hoping for? And what you're hoping for is a sped up metabolism. Okay, train smart. So we said one of the 6 things that slows down your metabolism is a sedentary lifestyle. So how do you reverse a slowed down metabolism in a sedentary lifestyle? You have to move your body to create a chemical and hormonal change. So if you're sedentary and your body is not in need of that extra energy to get throughout its day, it will lower its metabolic burn rate. So you have to make sure that you are moving your body. Get your body flowing. I highly recommend tracking your training smart with some sort of heart rate monitor to make sure that you're actually working out at the level that you're thinking at, and really creating a lifestyle where training smart, not working out. So not just checking off, I got a workout done, but are you training your body for the end result that you're hoping for? And that is a sped up metabolism, so you can lose weight and lose body fat and age successfully. And there is a way to create that in your life where you don't have to feel like you're living in a gym or you're constantly having to beat your body into the ground. And that is understanding that working out or moving your body does create a chemical and hormonal change. So that is the thing that's going to speed up your metabolism. So intermittent fasting will increase your metabolic burn rate when you correctly and consistently over time practice intermittent fasting. Because if you practice the 6 things that speed up your metabolism and you stop focusing on the 6 things that aren't speeding up your metabolism, I promise you, your metabolism will light on fire and you will have so much energy. You won't know what to do, and you won't have to eat all day to make that happen. So a clean fasted state will pull calories out of storage to use to support your metabolic needs. So if you do absolutely nothing in your fasting window, I promise you, you will have an opportunity to increase your body's metabolic burn rate, which is what we want. So if you were like me and you were a woman who was living on a 1,200 calorie a day diet, but let's say your body's metabolic needs were higher than that. So I'm consuming 1,200 calories, which is the standard caloric intake for most diets, but my body's demands were, let's say, 2,000 calories for my metabolic burn rate, and I'm exercising and I'm doing all of those things, but I'm not creating a fasting environment, so I'm not creating an opportunity for my body to pull from storage. Instead of my body operating at that 2,000, it's going to lower the metabolic burn rate demand to what I'm consuming or what the caloric opportunity is. So it's going to lower it to 1,200 calories. This is where so many women get confused and discouraged with the information that we're getting from the internet. Your body's metabolic burn rate will rise to the demand of your body's metabolic needs. So if you're fasting correctly and you're creating an opportunity for your body to get calories from storage and the demand for your metabolism goes up, your body increases the metabolic burn rate and will find more calories from storage. That is how we lose weight. That's how we utilize fat as an energy system. And that's how you will get the body of your dreams, regardless of what age you are, because you are in fact controlling how your body is going to establish a new metabolic burn rate. It is fascinating and it is simple, but we are getting fed so much confusing information. So what you need to do is fast long, fast in an environment that will allow your body to go in and find calories from storage and utilize those as your energy source to increase your metabolic burn rate. Every time you're in a fasted state and you break your fast with things like creamer and stevia and little tidbits of this and 15 calories of this and all of the information that you're getting on the internet with bulletproof coffee and all those things, if you are insulin resistant or you're having trouble losing weight, all of those little things that everyone's giving you permission to do, I promise you, are stopping you in your tracks and are shutting down your metabolism without you even realize what you're doing, and you're blaming it on fasting. Fasting is not the thing that's the problem. It's what you're choosing to do in your fasted state, when what you should be doing in your fasted state is nothing. Water and black coffee. This is what will fire up your metabolism. Do not listen to that information from those 30-year-old muscle men who are giving us women advice about what to do in a fasted state. I promise you, it is holding you back from you finding and feeling the results that you're looking for. Do nothing to interrupt your fasted state so that your body will increase your metabolic burn rate on its own. Feast well. Support what it is you want to do tomorrow, not what you did yesterday. So if you're struggling in a fasted state and you're feeling like, you just can't get through those last couple of hours, I promise you, it's what you're feasting on and has nothing to do with your fast. So when you open up your feasting window, choose foods that will support your next fast. So everything we do is in the future. Stop making decisions about how you take care of yourself from things that happened in the past. I promise you, those will not serve you. They will leave you frustrated. Everything is for your future self. Train smart. Think about the activities that you enjoy doing so that you will commit to doing them consistently over time. And then think about your future self again. How do you want to show up in your life, like functionally fit? Do you want to be able to run around in the park with your kids or your grandkids? Do you want to go skiing on vacation with your family? Do you want to run a marathon? Do you want to keep all the physical activities that you have going on in your life? Or do you want to start to lose them as you age? Remember, we lose what we don't use. So if you want to stay active and healthy and fit throughout the season of aging, you have to learn how to move your body to create the chemical and hormonal changes that will in fact boost your metabolism and keep you in the game physically. So that's really important. And then you have to create a healthy fasting mindset. Think. How is this going to serve me? Are the decisions that I'm making, do they make sense? Do they make sense for what I want to have for my future self? Or am I taking some information in that someone gave me that has nothing to do with me in the season of life that I'm in because it seems easier, or it seems like it won't be so much of a sacrifice? But in the end, you're going to be making those decisions off of those type of things in a mindset of, I'm going to take the easy route, but you're not going to get the results that you're hoping for. There is a little bit of a learning curve to intermittent fasting. There is a little bit of uncomfortableness to get you to the point where you're actually firing up your metabolism. But trust me, it is so worth it. Most women who are struggling to get this concept down, or are thinking that fasting is a thing that's slowing down their metabolism because they haven't figured out what speeds up their metabolism, I promise you, You are struggling for no reason anyway, right? But the struggle that you're going to have to figure these things out and to make them work for you will be so short lived. And the results that you are going to get are going to be so much more worth it. So give yourself the opportunity to figure this out. It is not a overnight success. This is not something that you're going to get figured out tomorrow. It takes time and consistency, and it takes you learning how your individual body as a woman who's going through an aging change, which means your hormones are changing, your metabolism is changing, your body is changing, your mind is changing. All of those things are changing, and we have to learn as women to change with it so that we can take advantage of all of the things that we used to take advantage of when age was on our side. So all of these things that now we have to pay more attention to, we just got lucky with when we were younger. And I promise you, every woman goes through this struggle when they go into a new season of hormonal change, right? We already talked about all of that. So go through my YouTube channel, you'll see all of those videos about hormonal changes and how our hormones are ebbing and flowing. Once you get this down, once you nail this and you think about what's happening to your body chemically and hormonally in a fasted state, you will understand that this is the only way to speed up our metabolism. And every woman should have the opportunity, regardless of what season of life you're in, to heal your body through a healthy metabolic burn rate. And we have the power to control that. You just have to understand that fasting is just one component of what your metabolism is doing. Sleep, hydration, nutrients, what you're doing or not doing in a fasted state, how long you're fasting, how consistently you're fasting, how happy you are about your life. All of those things will either help your metabolism or hurt your metabolism. Please don't focus on just one thing. There is a bucket of things that we need to make sure that we're focusing on in order for us to take advantage of what we can do with this aging process that we're going through. So please, 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 please make sure that when you're getting advice, even from me here on the internet, you think about the advice that you were just given and how it applies to you in your life. And if you test these things out, what in fact is actually happening for you? And is it working in your favor or against you? And then you just tweak and revisit until you get the results that you're hoping for. But I promise you, fasting's not the thing. It's the way you're thinking about fasting that's really going to hold you back from getting the results that you're hoping for. Okay, let me see who's here with us today. Jillian, excited to hear about this. Awesome, girlfriend. Sherry from New York, good to have you with us. Kathy, so happy to catch this. Awesome, girlfriend. Hopefully this is answering your guys' questions. When you're in a fasted state, if you're clean fasting and you're giving your body enough time in a fasted state to tap into storage, right? So you're tapping into stored calories, you will never, ever be in a calorie deficit. When you're putting things in your coffee or you're having your little lemon water or you're having those little things throughout your fasted state, that will in fact stop your fasting efficiently and will keep you from revving up your metabolism. So make sure you understand that part. That's the most important part for sure. Hey, Christy, good to have you with us. Teresa, I haven't seen you here in forever, girlfriend. It's always good to have you on our lives with us. Karina, hello. Valerie, hello. Tracy, great to join a live class in this in class for the next 3 weeks. So yeah, Tracy's in our course that just started. Today is their first full fasting and feasting together as a group. So I'm super excited to see what these guys are going to do this round. Jillian is in class with us too. Linda, my first time here. So blessed to have found you. Tomorrow will be a week with IF, doing it for weight loss and inflammation. Already starting to feel great, but I have to make myself eat. Okay. So here's what I say about making yourself eat. So remember, when you're in a fasted state, if you're fasting correctly so that your body can go in and find stored calories as food. So you're basically having your body dine in on your past, right? So all those past things that you ate that you didn't utilize as an energy source are sitting in what I call your food pantry on your body. So if you're not hungry and you're forcing yourself to eat because you feel like you're not getting enough calories, then you're not understanding what speeds up your metabolism. Because if your hunger hormones are balanced out and you're getting the sensation that you're not hungry and you're fasting properly, that is what I call classic overeating. You're feeding a fed body. Your body will feed itself in a fasted state. If you feel like you're not hungry and you eat out of fear of not getting enough calories, then that's called overeating. You have to listen to the signs and signals that your body is sending you. As human beings, we can go 40 days with no new food caloric intake. You can live off your body's stored calories for 40 days. All you need is water and minerals. So in a 24-hour period, if you're forcing yourself to eat out of fear of not getting enough calories, that's called overeating. And you need to listen to the signs and signals your body is sending you. Elizabeth, fasting 18 hours for the last 3 days, insomnia each night. I take magnesium, 50 milligrams at night. I'm in menopause. I will be 38 in a couple months. Anybody else struggle with insomnia? Also IF. Yes. Insomnia is very common in the beginning of intermittent fasting, and that's because your body is internally producing energy, and so you just have this abundance of energy, and you don't have to eat as much, or you don't have to sleep as much. What I always say is go with the flow of that, and just kind of let your body go through that cycle. If you're consuming any caffeine, I would kick all caffeine because your body obviously doesn't need it. Make sure you're getting 100 to 150 ounces of water a day. Mineralized water for sure. And then what I also recommend is just don't stress out about it and just kind of let your body balance itself back out. Remember, the hormones that we need to sleep are also being affected by us creating a new balance for ourselves. So just relax in that state. Make the best use of your time as you can, for sure. And then Tracy got some Mountain Valley water today, sparkling. Thank you for the recommendation. Yeah, for sure. Mountain Valley water is my absolute favorite. It does come with magnesium, calcium, and potassium. So then all you have to do is supplement with some sodium, and you'll get all the minerals you need for sure. Kathy, is all of this applicable even if you're not trying to lose weight? Yeah, intermittent fasting is that thing that just provides a great self-healing environment for your body. So the way you fast, maybe the length of time you fast or consistency of fasting could be altered depending on what your ultimate goals are. The other thing that's been going around the internet a lot lately is fasting variations to speed up your metabolism. I always say that is just what I call life happening. Since there are so many things that speed up or slow down our metabolism, and none of these are constants. If you fasted 20 hours every single day, but exercised differently or slept differently, or maybe you didn't get the same amount of water every day and your nutrition was rotating, you don't have to alter what it is you're doing in your fasting window to keep your metabolism sped up. That's just another one of those things that people throw out there to make fasting seem more difficult. So when I was healing my body from insulin resistance and my pre-diabetic state, I fasted 20 plus hours every single day for a year. My metabolism was so on fire. I was so energized. My body completely transformed its shape, and I lost 20 pounds. My brain was healed. So your life is going to take care of your fasting and your feasting because we allow life to happen. So I never ever recommend skipping a memory making moment because you have a fast scheduled. Go live your life and then jump back into fasting. So you will never ever have to worry about rotating your fasting schedule. Just live your life and your life will do that on its own. Trust me, it is the easiest way to live your life for sure. Can you put coconut oil in your black coffee when fasting? So a lot of people say no, a lot of people say yes. So here's what I say with coconut oil in your coffee. If you're at a place where you're really happy with your results, I say probably add it in and then see if that changes anything for the good or the bad. If you're really struggling to get your fasting window down and you're feeling like you're not getting the results that you were hoping for, I always say strip it down to black coffee and then give it an evaluation as well. Cheryl, good to see you, girlfriend. Yeah, these are always great reminders for sure for all of us. Jillian, Diane says no coconut oil and coffee during your fast. Yeah, I highly recommend just going down to water and coffee. A lot of that is also that mindset that we have as women that we always need to have things to satisfy us throughout our day. And really just going to coffee and water does really free us up of all of that. And then we can just live with our fasting and our feasting. And then, like I said, if you're suffering from like some sleepless kind of nights, ditch the coffee even. Just go water and your feast. And I promise you, you will love it, love it, love it. Raina, this is so good. Sharing August 2020 grad. Awesome, girlfriend. Yeah, share this with your girlfriends because we are being targeted and marketed to, right? Telling us we have to do all of these crazy things to make ourselves successful with intermittent fasting. And it is super simple. Do nothing to interrupt your body's opportunity to dive into your storage to get calories that it needs to keep your metabolic burn rate up. Do nothing to interrupt that fast. Feast on nutrient-dense foods, get your water up, move your body, get some sleep, live your life, be happy, and don't be obsessed about getting everything perfectly. Trust me, your body will adjust to whatever it is you decide to do. That's going to be a good adjustment or a negative adjustment. You have to decide how you're gonna go from there for sure. Rita, good to have you with us. Also, Tracy, the idea. Where did she go? I lost her. Let's see, Tracy. The idea of clean fasting is really so helpful. Eating to support your next fast is also very powerful. Yes, for sure. I just had a consult call this morning. And she was told that because you fasted, you could eat whatever you want. And this is the analogy I always give to that. If I ate whatever I want, I would drink margaritas all day and eat Krispy Kreme donuts. But what I really want is a healthy, fit, energized mind and body that I'm confident of so that when I wake up every morning, I look and feel my best and I'm doing that in my most authentic way, meaning I'm not preoccupied about how awful I feel and all the bad decisions that I made, right? So when you're authentic, you're confident in everything that you're doing. And so we have to think about what we really say we want. So if you say you want to lose weight, if you say you want to have energy, if you say you want to have mental clarity, if you say you'll do anything to lose the weight, then you have to think about what you say you want from your nutrition, right? And you have to make really heartfelt choices about your future self. Because if I ate Krispy Kreme donuts and drank margaritas all day, I'd be a hot mess and I wouldn't be very happy. So I have made accommodations to the things that I really enjoy in my feast and now what I really say that I want because I know what I want for my future self. And we have to break that mindset down so we're not sending conflicting information to ourselves about what we say we want and what we're really doing. And that will really help you a lot with your mindset. Susan, hello, are you saying that our metabolic base rate will increase over time with fasting? I am absolutely saying that. Absolutely. Pauline, I cannot do black coffee, so I'm assuming green tea would be okay. How do you feel about taking supplements, vitamins, collagen in a fasting state, or should I wait until feasting window? Thank you. Love your information. So Pauline, collagen is a food. So anything that is a food and has protein or any kind of carbohydrates in it or will send a signal to your brain to release insulin in preparation for a digestive event will stop your fast. So a clean fast is just that, clean fast. Nothing in your fasting window at all. Vitamins, supplements, collagen, all of that, lemon, all that in your feast for sure. Carla, good to have you with us, girlfriend. Nelly, hello. Michelle, going through menopause, found my belly growing, so am now using intermittent fasting and lower carb. There you go, girlfriend, for sure. Chris, perfect timing for this info. Thank you. You're welcome, girlfriend Heather. I'm a classic overeater. Yeah, a lot of us are, right? Because we were told our whole life that if we don't eat every 2 hours, or if we're tired, or if we're emotional, or if we're bored, or if we're sad, or whatever, that we should eat to fix all of those things. And eating doesn't fix anything, right? Feeding should be something that an event in our day that provides nutrients to support the life that we want to live. And that life that we want to live does have some fun in it. So you have to make accommodations for that as well. You don't have to be super clean. You don't have to be the food police. You don't have to be super opinionated about whatever everybody else is doing. Figure food out for you so you can be happy and have everything else that you want to have in your life as well. So if you're eating out of fear that you're not getting enough calories, I would go back and readdress why you have that fear. Like what is going on in your life, or what's going on in your mindset, or what triggers do you have or conditioning do you have around food that's making you make those decisions? And then you have to learn how to trust your body for sure. Carla, is there a reason we crave certain foods? I'm keto. Yeah, sometimes there's, again, there's a couple thoughts, right? So it could be that you're a nutrient deficient in something. So if you can identify the craving, just Google search it and see if there's like sometimes like a chocolate craving can be from a magnesium deficiency or those kind of things. And then you have to understand that a craving can sometimes be emotional and it's not necessarily physiological. So it's not like a physical demand your body has, but it's an emotional and a mental demand, a craving for something to satisfy, maybe something emotional or mental that you're going through. I hear a lot of women say that they crave like chocolate at night, and that could just be a trigger that you're winding down your day. And so I would say put different triggers in place and see if the craving goes away first and foremost. Linda, wow, info on the eating part, Diane, about the eating part. Yeah, for sure. So the eating part is big, right? It's the most difficult aspect, which is why a 20-hour fast and a 4-hour feast is so simple. You have less opportunity to make a feasting decision, right? And then you just tweak your fasting and feasting so you can live your life. Elizabeth, you're welcome. I'm having a hard time getting Mountain Valley water near me. I would go to their website and see if there's a way you can get a shipment. Maybe that's what we do. We have our ship to our house, or just check a grocery store's water department for sure. And then Sandra from San Francisco, love this, awesome. Michelle, struggling a bit with stopping eating when stomach is satiated. My brain and mouth want to keep eating and chewing. Yeah. So get up and move, take your plate away. You have to build in those boundaries. And the fact that you've recognized that is the first step, that you want to keep eating. I'm a very, very fast eater, as I am a fast talker. I just do everything in fast mode. And so I'm often the first one done eating when our family eats together. And I just sit and like hang out with them. I don't have food available that I can keep picking at, because I will keep eating too, because that's just what we do when we're sitting around eating with other people. So you just have to remove the plate, make a smaller portion, get up and move, maybe drink a bottle of water before, have a bottle of water. You can drink after. Oftentimes it's just a boredom thing. And so you have to figure out how to end that when your feast is over. Do you get up and leave? Do you get a bottle of water? Do you change the conversation? What's triggering you to keep eating when you're already satiated will be the best way to figure that one out. In your feasting window, how many calories? I don't count calories. I don't count macros. I don't care how many calories I consume. I know that the way I'm fasting, my body's getting all the caloric needs that that my body's demanding to keep my metabolism up and fired and keep me in fat burning mode. So I just feast with my family. I enjoy all the food that we have together. I stop eating when I'm satisfied, and then I just go about my day. So I don't count calories at all. Counting calories is a big facade, thing that we think that we can get perfect. You never know how many calories your body needs, and counting calories and managing calories will force you into thinking you have to eat more than you need, as opposed to the other way. And you will overeat, and you will store body fat, you will not be able to lose weight, and you will slow down your metabolism. So you have to let go of the counting calorie thing, because no one knows how many calories your body needs except your body and its ability to efficiently utilize the calories that you have in storage. So if you want to have a great calorie usage type of day, put yourself in a fasted state for sure. Okay, so I have got to run. That was a long one today. You guys had great questions and great comments. Please trust your body. Trust the fact that fasting is a scientifically proven way to have your body utilize what you have in storage to, in fact, speed up your metabolism. Focus on what speeds up your metabolism. So go to the positive, stay away from the negative and what is slowing down your metabolism. If you already know what's slowing it down, focus on ways you can create an environment where your metabolism is sped up. I promise you, it will never fail you. Don't take advice from strangers who have no idea what's going on in your life. Think about information and how it will apply to you. And then last and certainly not least, you have to be happy with the lifestyle that you're creating for this lifestyle to consistently remain in your life over time. If you're doing things from a diet mindset, if you're doing things from a restrictive mindset, if you're doing things from a mindset that you're miserable, I promise you, you will not stick around long enough for this to kick in and for you to reap the benefits. Create a happy lifestyle around food and learn how to use food in your favor. And I promise you, you will have no weight problems. You will have no fat problems. You will be happy. You will be healthy, and you will be able to age successfully for sure. Okay, guys, I am going to cut it off for today. I will be back here on Wednesday where we're going to talk about reversing insulin resistance. So make sure that you have subscribed, make sure you're following, make sure you're set up for notifications. Meet me back here Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then tomorrow on my Instagram page, I am going to debrief my GKI week. And I'm going to share with you how I use blood glucose testing and ketone testing to create a fat burning environment in my body, and how I test to prove that that is actually happening. So you can jump on that with me tomorrow at 1 p.m. on my Instagram page. All the information went out in an email today, so make sure you're on my email list as well. Just go to fortodaysagingwoman.com. You can subscribe to my email list, and that will keep you in the loop on all the things that we're going to be talking about here in our community conversations, as well as all the information about how to register for our next Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. That is where we practice this, and I help you establish an intermittent fasting lifestyle where you can, in fact, boost up your metabolism. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for joining me.